Yeah. Got a new show for y'all.
Got a damn good show.
Yeah, so this girl right here, she tries to embarrass her grandfather. She recorded explaining to my Republican grandfather who I went to let me calm down. Explaining to my Republican grandfather who I went no contact with.
Who I don't want contact with.
Yeah. Why I cannot have a relationship with him without enabling fascism. Now, this the thing. Democrats got people, got their constituents cutting off relationships with blood relatives.
Yeah.
Your mother, your father, your cousins.
When they say we in the coat, the Republicans are in the coat. Nope. It's the other way around.
And this is common.
Yeah. I would never cut somebody off because in my family, just because he voted for Kamala.
Right. No.
I would lose a lot of respect for him, but I wouldn't cut him off.
Yeah. You're an adult.
I'm an adult, yeah.
But what did Democrats say? They go high, we go low.
Right.
Make them feel unwanted here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is this is the way they see the world. So look at this conversation she had with her grandfather. She recorded it and put it up on TikTok to embarrass him.
Wow.
Just TikTok.
TikTok. Well, where are you going to put this on?
Just TikTok.
TikTok.
I don't want you to think that this is a debate in any type of way. I just want to ask you questions and I want you to answer them.
Go.
Okay, so name?
I'll just say my first name, Frank.
Yeah, and age.
82.
What party have you historically voted for in your life?
Republican.
Do you know what I would label myself politically?
Well, I would tend to think that you're neither. Because neither one is doing the right thing.
Did you vote this year, 2024?
Yeah.
Who did you vote for?
Trump.
So, now going back to that, because I had a feeling that was going to be the answer.
Why is she wearing a mask?
Why do you think you can vote
Kevin, she's a Democrat. She's woke.
This is crazy. Why are you wearing a mask?
away my basic human rights and expect a relationship with me?
Here, let me go back because I missed
2024.
Let me play.
Yeah.
Who did you vote for?
Trump.
So, now going back to that, because I had a feeling that was going to be the answer. Why do you think you can vote away my basic human rights and expect a relationship with me?
Well, I don't think the Democrats have the answers.
I don't either.
Okay. The biggest problem that I see with the Democrats, they throw money at things to solve the problem, and they really don't want to solve the problem. The black problem, Ronald Reagan, I think.
So I'm trying not to interject, but can we maybe just simplify it to that the way you vote is because you just don't agree with the Democratic Party, so you're voting against the Democratic Party? Can we simplify it to that? Okay.
Can you pause real quick?
What human
She
right
said
is she
what?
losing?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You vote away her basic human rights. I'm like, what right did you lose? Name just one.
Oh, I know what. You can't walk into the abortion clinic and get an abortion the day before the birth.
Can you see, after all of these questions and having this talk with me, if I continue to have a relationship with you without absolutely any change in your behavior, how I would be enabling fascism?
Let me turn that around to you.
Fascism.
I've been honest to what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel if I said, well, if you can't change the way you believe to match my needs,
Right.
how can I respect you? Shouldn't we both look at ourselves and change what we can?
Okay. So now I have asked you all of the questions that I have. I have a summary here that honestly what you're asking me, I had answers. So I am going to ask you not to interrupt me because I tried really hard not to interrupt you unless I needed to clarify something or anything like that. Now that I've asked my questions and I've allowed you to speak, it's my turn to speak
crazy.
and read my summary, and I ask you to not interrupt. The series of questions was created to underline the interconnectedness of our personal and political lives. That's what I was trying to do.
She wrote all this down. She can't spit it out verbatim just off the top of her head.
Yeah.
She's got to put it on paper and read it from
Yeah.
like a teleprompter style.
Yeah.
But she didn't afford him the same right to do that. He's just got to come off the cheek with it.
Yeah, she's more prepared than he is, but the only reason why she can retort anything that she wants to say is because she wrote it down. It's not coming from here. She's just reading talking points.
Exactly, from the Democrat Party.
We cannot put politics to the side. The American empire was built off black and indigenous slavery and genocide. It doesn't matter, red or blue. Our two-party system is built off the exploitation of the people. The ratchet will continue. Both Democrats and Republicans this election season ran off a campaign that was anti-immigration, pro-genocide, pro-gun, pro-fracking, and anti-trans. Those were the campaigns that both parties ran off in 2024. Our system is not here to save us, it is here to exploit us. Capitalism is a cycle of exploitation. You are either getting exploited or you are exploiting others. If I allow somebody in my life that supports these ideologies, I just enable them. I spent years educating you. If you truly unconditionally loved me, your politics would reflect that. You wouldn't have spent the majority of your life voting my rights away. That is not unconditional love. I will always be the child in this situation, and you will always be the adult, with many years on me. Allowing a relationship with you would allow you to believe that there are no consequences for the way that you vote. Again, this is not a debate. These are my boundaries. Under Biden and in state governed by wolves, you saw the system deem me disposable. I wasn't allowed any cash assistance. I wasn't allowed disability. They didn't care about any of my mental or physical 15 plus diagnosed disabilities.
Yeah, I knew something was wrong with you without you even telling me.
But all your disabilities are self-inflicted.
It's all in her head.
After that, I was forced to rely on mutual aid, which is an anti-capitalist ideology. Mutual aid you gave me. Mutual aid I survived off of. Now I watch the ratchet continue as immigrants and even legal American citizens are deported, kept in concentration camps, and are dehumanized. I see.
Hey, you know what she's talking about?
She's talking about the Maryland man that was deported. She said American citizens.
Look, American citizens are not being deported. What's happening is you have parents that's in the country illegally. They have children that are American citizens.
Because they're born
And they're
here.
asking their parents, do you want the children, before we deport you, to stay with somebody here in America? And the parents are saying, no, I do not. I wish to take my children with me to, my home country that I'm a citizen of. That's what she's saying. They are not being deported.
Yeah.
They can come back.
Yeah.
I see it every day on my phone, and it hasn't stopped. And it never started under the Trump administration. No amount of American propaganda could brainwash me into supporting either of its systems. I cannot.
So she hates both sides.
Yeah, she said no amount of propaganda can brainwash her. You're full of propaganda and BS.
Yeah. She's just like reading this little monologue, and he can't even give her an answer on anything. I just got to sit here and just take all this bullcrap from you.
Yeah.
I'm an elderly man. These are my last days, and I got some crazy leftist granddaughter talking shit to me.
Yeah.
Unsee everything I've seen. I've seen American Israeli bombs mutilate Palestinian children. I've watched corporations like Apple kill the Congolese for resources. Of course, this country is run by fascists and upheld by fascists. We the people.
Well,
There's a lot of truth to what she's saying.
right there about what's going on in Israel.
The stuff for these iPhones and for these Teslas, there's like slavery in Africa, and it's like they are actual slaves. And what's happening in Israel to Palestinians?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. There's no denying that.
But Republicans, what's the word I'm looking for? Republicans think it's okay what they're doing in Israel because all the Palestinians, every last one of them are Hamas. All of them, even the kids.
Anybody with a IQ higher than 10, all you got to do is look at the drone footage. They are systematically removing those people, bombing everybody's houses. There's not one house left standing
Yeah.
in Gaza or the West Bank.
Yeah, but that's our biggest ally, so.
People have been bystanding and enabling for hundreds of years. Democrats think they can marry Republicans and vote Democratic as their one revolutionary act, but it's not revolutionary. It's enabling fascism. We have fascism in this country because we allow fascism in our homes. We allow it in our communities. Not only the people we allow to take political power, but the people.
Yeah, based on her definition of fascism,
Yeah.
that's not a country on this planet that doesn't have fascism.
Right. No, but this is crazy. What does she have to gain by doing this to her grandfather?
No, that what she has to gain is making him look bad, and it puts on this level that like I'm superior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all she's doing. She thinks she's better than everybody else. So I'm just gonna step on my father. I'm gonna throw my grandfather under the bus, make him look bad, and show everybody that I'm superior.
But
That's why
look, she's got the comments turned off.
Yeah.
She can't take any criticism.
Comments are turned off.
People in our own lives. Your politics have real world consequences. Your inability to see my point of view to change, your change is necessary. I shouldn't have had to educate you on why saying the N-word is racist or how blaming black people for slavery is racist. I shouldn't have had to explain why I should have been gifted a diverse collection of dolls my entire life. I shouldn't have had to point out how you saying you failed me growing up is not changed behavior. How are you helping or protecting my younger sibling from the same abuse growing up? Are you educating her? Are you doing anything differently that you did with me? Or
Where the hell is your mom and dad at? Why are you talking to your grandfather like that? Your grandfather's raising you?
Yeah.
Where's your parents at?
Yeah.
Or are you just doing like what you did with me and you're trying to buy her way through life to avoid doing any of the real personal work?
I wish I could see
You
his
cannot go
face.
to church and ask God for forgiveness. I'm the real person you negatively affected, and I don't forgive you. Not until your actions change, until you are really ready to hear me when I say that my politics and my political life are completely intertwined. You can't vote away my basic human rights and expect a relationship with me. You just can't, Grandpa. I shouldn't have to sit here and list off all of the awful things Trump has done since he's got in office. I shouldn't have to.
So she claims she's against both parties, but if he voted Democrat, she'll be in love with him.
Yeah, she says she's
It's my
neither.
basic
Yeah.
human rights that should horrify you at its core. You should care about me and how I feel in our relationship more than you should care about the economy. Because again, you know it's a made up system that we made up and it doesn't need to be here. We don't need to exploit people. The 1% doesn't need to keep making more money while I have none. That's not how this works, Grandpa. It's just
He's a
not.
Democrat.
Not when everything we could ever need in the entire world is free from the ground. While the 1% is putting prices on that is free from the ground. I don't get it. I don't understand your support of the system. I don't understand how you cannot see that your support of the system affects our relationship. My county has already called me and told me that my EBT and my health care under Trump are now like being attacked, and I have to fight for my rights.
Just in the chat.
Doesn't matter, Grandpa, Democratic or Republican. We are drowning as a society. Drowning. And we don't give a about each other. We think we can just go vote, and that's revolutionary, and it's not. What's revolutionary is how you show up for people. You are a villager, so I don't understand why you're not getting this. Like, you know what it is to be a community member. You know what it is. Like, you understand. We've had talks.
Look at this. Rewatching this, I don't believe he can do better. I'm just trying to convince him he can. He's proved to me at his core he's a mansplaining, discriminatory supremacist.
But she's not even allowing him to talk.
Yeah, mansplain. Where did we start hearing this mansplaining?
From the left.
From the left. Remember when Kamala Harris was she was the vice president, she was debating that treasonous Mr. Treason. What's his name?
Joe Biden?
No, Trump's VP, first presidency.
Oh, Pence.
Yeah, Pence. Remember they was having a debate?
Yeah.
And they was trying to say, he was trying to mansplain whatever she was saying.
Right.
She's a Democrat through and through. Her verbiage, everything she believes in, she's totally a
Yeah, it's all left wing talking point.
Yeah.
I know you get it. You have to change. I don't care how old you are. Like, I don't care. I seriously don't care. You could be 100 years old and I'd still sit down and have this conversation with you.
That's
And I'm
not a
having this
conversation.
conversation with you because I care. If I didn't give a fuck about you, I could have just blocked your number and never talked to you again, honestly. Just like I did Mom. Like, I am asking you to do better.
She
Just like
she cut
she
off
did
her
her-
mom.
And show that you actually unconditionally love me like you say you do. Because the way you
Nuts.
vote doesn't.
Mom's a Republican.
I know this is a hard pill for you to swallow. I know it is. This is the reality that we live in.
This is fascism, what she's doing.
Yeah.
I am asking you to unwire years of propaganda that has been taught to you. And I know that's not easy. But if you loved me, you would. You'd hear me. You would really hear me when I say, even Palestine and Israel, as simple as that, you would understand what I'm saying. Because when it comes to Palestine and Israel, you can't support Israel and support Palestine in the same breath. Because Israel is being given resources by us, our American tax dollars, that Palestine's not being given.
That's true.
Israel has an Iron Dome. Do you know what that is? Protects you from any bombs. So any bomb Palestine's sending to Israel, it's not hitting Israel. It's being deflected by the Iron Dome that's being funded by us. It's not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight at all. Israel has one of the best militaries in the entire world. And because
It's funded by the United States of America.
Yeah, if it wasn't for U.S., Israel wouldn't exist.
Like, how much aid does Israel give us?
It doesn't matter. They still our biggest ally.
How much money did he give us when there's a disaster?
I don't think they give us anything.
I was being sarcastic.
of their
Then
religion,
they're not our biggest ally.
they're colonizing and they're ethnically cleansing people. And I see it every day. I mutilize children, Grandpa. That should mean something to you. That should horrify you at your core, that no matter who's in charge, it doesn't matter. Biden, it doesn't matter. That children are getting.
Well, Fox News, I've never heard Fox News say anything positive about the Palestinians.
I've
Never heard them say anything negative about Israel.
Right.
You got to look at Fox News. I believe in what Fox News says probably 95% of the time. But Fox News is owned by a Jewish person. So that's why it's skewed. It's not going to be objective. That's like being a black person listening to Black Lives Matter on BET, Black Entertainment Television. It's going to be skewed.
Right,
It's not
right.
going to be objective.
Right.
bombed. Like, that should horrify you at its core, and that should be enough for you to be an anti-capitalist.
You know
in my
what? Just to
opinion.
put things in perspective,
It really
like we have terrorists in our country. We're deporting them right now, right? We have gang members. You could consider these people to be terrorists. But what is the United States government doing? We're searching, arresting them, deporting them, and jailing them, right? Let's look what Israel's doing. They're just bombing people. And then when he kill an innocent child or mother or father, they use them as human shields.
Yeah.
That's what's actually going on in Israel. If Trump was bombing people, gang members and terrorists in our country and killing innocent American citizens, there would be an uproar. But what's happening in Israel, nobody cares. They're God's chosen people.
Yeah.
That's one point that I agree with what she's sharing.
Yeah.
should. Like, it really should. That's what did it for me. And it did it to me as a kid. When Mom looked me in the eyes and told me that she would give up her parental rights to go kill Arabs. Because she views Arabs as terrorists, not as human beings.
Where
And
she
that is
learned
what
that
she
from?
views them.
Fox News. Fox News.
Well, September 11th.
Well, everyone, left-wing media, right-wing media, everybody pushes Arabs are bad.
yeah, because of September 11th.
Yeah.
And a lot of times Christians have been
Yeah.
massacred.
I'm not saying every Arab is good. There's bad Christians out there.
Yeah.
There's bad Muslims out there. There's bad
Don't say
Jewish people out there.
Yeah, why did you say it? There's no such thing as a bad Jew. You didn't know that? You need to get with the program.
Yeah,
And
that was
again, that's why I
anti-Semitic,
can't
huh?
talk to Mom. Because she can't look in the mirror and realize that she's doing is wrong, but I think you can. I really do. I think you're capable of doing better no matter how old you are.
Yeah, she's
And
got
I don't think
problems.
it's fair that I'm alone because you all believe in these things, these hateful ideologies. I don't think it's fair.
She says not fair that she's alone. No, you're alone because you wanted to be alone.
Yeah.
Here's another video of her reacting to people's reactions.
Yeah, the amount of comments I've gotten like this at this point is a little comical. Either one, you didn't watch the whole video, or two, your comprehension is just not there, and I don't know how to like hold your hand and explain like basic concepts to people on the internet.
Yeah.
I can try, probably not gonna go very well, but anyway, it mentions literally right in the video, I've been trying to go no contact with my fascist grandpa for years over his political views. I have told him he cannot vote away my rights and expect a relationship with me for years. Not only that, the mask alone. I don't care how many of you bully me and comment, I already knew where this was gonna go the second I saw the mask and the purple hair. I
Bully
don't care.
you?
Exactly.
You wasn't bullying your grandfather?
Yeah. I mean, you fit the stereotype of what a crazy progressive is.
The hair,
Blue
everything.
hair, you still wearing a mask.
She said her grandfather is bullying her. When she told him, I'm going to read these things that I don't want you interrupting me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you got the nerve to call him a fascist.
I haven't gotten COVID, not once. I've been sick once since 2020. Social distancing and masking works, whether you guys like it or not. The science is out there to prove it too, but we already know you guys don't believe in that. But yeah,
my-
just to like underline and make this so clear, he keeps blowing up my phone, showing up to my house unannounced, trying to have a relationship with me, because the only relationships my grandfather has are the ones he has with the children he has brought into this world, his Republican children. He doesn't have any friends. The only people he has in his life is his Republican blood family. And
So he's dedicated his life to his family.
Yeah, and that's a bad thing.
And that's a horrible thing, right?
He's probably up in age. He's probably lost a lot of people.
Yeah. That he grew up with.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's always dedicated himself
Yeah,
to his
this is
family.
an evil, demented girl.
Yeah.
having such a bad time with them that he's trying to have a relationship with me, an anti-capitalist. And he's told me multiple times, and I know it's probably a huge lie because that's all he is capable of doing is lying and telling me what I want to hear. He's told me multiple times that he's willing to stop talking to my anti-masking family and he's willing to wear a mask.
Family.
He told me last year he wouldn't vote. What did he do? He went and voted away my basic human rights, even though I've sat him down and showed him exactly what he's voting for. He knows what he's voting for. He knows he's voting away my basic human rights, and he doesn't care. And he doesn't.
What is her basic human rights?
Yeah, look, this video, comments are turned off.
Yeah, I would like to know what basic human right you've lost because of Trump's administration.
Yeah, comments turned off on this video. This girl's a nut.
Doesn't think there's going to be any consequences for his actions, and there will be. And again, anybody that's mad at my video is worried that there's going to be consequences for their actions and for the way that they vote. Duh. Why else would my video piss you off so much?
I'm not pissed off. I feel sorry for you.
You're literally
That's crazy. Like, women used to, our founding fathers didn't want women to vote.
Yeah, it's because of that.
And look, women voting, look what's going in restrooms in women's sports.
Yeah,
Men. Why? Not because of men voting for it, it's women.
Yeah.
And then y'all run to the polls and vote so you can do the one thing men cannot do, which is have a baby. And you say that's empowering you.
Yeah.
Sick.
really voting for an authoritarian dictator, and you want me to go, yay! Not gonna happen. Like, you're voting away my basic human rights. I
She
also
gotta be
wonder
trolling.
how many of you mega people would continue to defend my grandpa if you knew that his first language was Spanish and that he's 100% Mexican. You guys gonna keep
That doesn't shock MAGA people or Republicans. 50, what was the percentage of Latinos voted for Trump?
I think it was 60-40.
It was like 60-40. Like, it was up there.
Yeah. The Latino is actually an ally, our greatest ally. He supports Republicans. He supports conservatism.
Yeah, just because he's Latino and he speaks Spanish, is his first language, now we don't like him?
Yeah, we one big happy family. People are upset at your video, but it's because the way you treating your grandfather and the way you're just cutting off everybody in your family, all because of your politics. That's what makes people upset. We don't care about your opinion. Well, we care about your opinion, but when you have an opinion and you want to exclude other people just because they don't have the same opinions as you, that's the textbook definition of fascism.
That's a textbook definition of being in a cult.
Yeah. Yeah. And you say you're anti-capitalist. What's a better economic system to live by? Socialism. It's not socialism.
Yeah,
It's not communism.
she's just a nut. Well, I wish you all the luck in the world. You're going to need it because you suck.